you know, we commemorate and we make ahya in these nights and these ayyam and qadr, that Surah Qadr is sent down, and it's meaningful because in it it says that I am equal to 1,000 nights. So how do you can measure this, the importance of this night? Because a lot of times when you do Jama'ah, they say if 7 moment people start the Jama'ah, 70,000 angels come down and do the Jama'at with them, and they say sawab to every moment that is present. So I can't tell you how important it is for us to make the journey and come here tonight, another night, and what a pride and joy it is to be the participant in the Majlis Ahlul Bayt, to open the Majlis Ahlul Bayt, and welcome the brothers and sisters who come here, and there are guests, and there are guests of Hazrat Zahra alayhi salam, and importantly, most importantly, they are the guests of Imam Asra Jalallah Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif. So I always have said there's many riwayat that ulama, Ayatollah Milani, Ayatollah Gulpaigani, Ayatollah Bahjat, anytime that there was a majlis, they would stand in the front and they act like their father has passed away. And they would be the host of Majlis Imam Zaman and say greetings to Az-Zahra Imam Ali, Amir al-Mu'minin. So when each one of us respectively, wherever we come from, whatever level of degree of iman, whatever the level of degree of faith, the responsibility when we get here is to make sure that we do in our own best behavior. Don't bother the azadar, and also provide for them if they have a need. So inshallah, Imam As would accept us in that act and reward us for being more than just a participant, but be a khadim of Ahlul Bayt. The khadim of Ahlul Bayt is very important, and I've seen many people in Iran, in Iraq, in Syria, in other places. They spent entire life to make sure that Azadar for Ahlul Bayt is comfortable and is provided, is guided, and taken care of. So inshallah, I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I don't have anything of myself to provide and offer, but I sincerely say condolences to Mama Zamana, and in behalf of ourselves and all the brothers and sisters who participate in this majlis. And if there is anything that I can do and provide for them, I will be more than happy and more than prided to do that. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
اللهم
اللهم
صل
صل
على
على
محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. بر محمد وآل محمد صلوات. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. For the love of the Holy Prophet and his holy family, please recite the second salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. For the reappearance of our awaited Savior, please recite the third salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. This night that's coming is going to be the last night when Amir al-Mu'minin alayhi salam is going to be in this world. And historians describe that outside the house of Imam Ali alayhi salam, there were hundreds of yatim children, orphans, standing over. And all of them they had a cup with them. And in that cup was an amount of yogurt in it, because they had heard that yogurt would help ease the pain of the Imam. And they were surrounding him, waiting for him. So who were these orphans? These were the same orphans that Imam alayhi salam used to feed them, used to clothe them, used to play with them. And so Imam alayhi salam spends the night. He gives everybody under the protection of Imam Hassan Mujtaba alayhi salam. So the poet in this Marsiya tries to capture this feeling where Imam alayhi salam has given everybody under the guardianship of Imam Hassan Mujtaba alayhi salam, when Hazrat Abbas alayhi salam comes to him, because he was not given under the guardianship of anybody. But Muhammad wa ali Muhammad salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. اے حیدریو رحلت ہے در کی یہ شب ہے بے وارثی آل پیام بر کی یہ شب ہے اے ماتمیوں رو کے یہ کہ محشر کی یہ شب ہے لو واقع فاتح خیبر کی یہ شب لو واقع فاتح خیبر کی یہ شب ہے مومنوں کے سر سے ید اللہ اٹھے گا تابوت جناب اسد اللہ اٹھے تابوت جناب اسد اللہ اٹھے گا لو مومنو تم ہو گئے بے وارث والی لو دوستو ہے تم سے ودائے شہ عالی کل صبح کو چلائیں گے حیدر کے موالی آج احمد مختار کی مسند ہوئی خواہ آج احمد مختار کی مسند ہوئی خالی ٹکڑے کیے زہرا نے گریباں کفن کے کوئی نہ رہا سر پہ حسین اور حسن کوئی نہ رہا سر پہ حسین اور حسن کے مسجد میں ستمگار نے کعبے کو گرایا بے قدر شب قدر کا کچھ دھیان نہ لایا محراب میں قندیل امامت کو بجھایا سیدانیوں کو عید کے نزدیک رلا سیدانیوں کو عید کے نزدیک رلا یا درداش لولا کے داماد کو مارا فریاد کے جبریل کے استاد کو مارا فریاد کے جبریل کے استاد کو مارا جب لے چلے قاتل کو تو بولے شہ ابرار یہ دشمنی شیر خدا ہے سگ مکار اس ماہ مبارک نے کیا ظلم جفاکار کیا تیری امامت کا لی تھا نہ سزا کیا تیری امامت کا لی تھا نہ سزا وار کی شرم نہ محبوب خدا سے نہ خدا سے لے دیکھ یہ روتے ہیں پیغمبر کے نواز لے دیکھ یہ روتے ہیں پیغمبر کے نواز سے تھا ساتھ لئی مسجد کوفہ سے سراسر گھر لے چلے سبتین نبی شہ کو اٹھا کر تھے گرد تو اس لاش کے سب شیعہ حیدر فرزند یتیم آگے تھے سرننگے برا فرزند یتیم آگے تھے سرننگے برابر زینب یتیمی کی مصیبت جو پڑی تھی چلاتی تھی سر پیٹتی تھی در پکڑی چلاتی تھی سر پیٹتی تھی در پکڑی تھی. یہ کہتے ہی بے چین ہوئے حیدر کرار. شبیر کی غربت پا جگر ہو گیا افکار. ایک سمت سے اتنے میں سنا نوحہ کئی بار. لیٹے تھے اٹھ بیٹھے یہ کرتے ہوئے گفت. لیٹے تھے یہ اٹھ بیٹھے یہ کرتے ہوئے گفتار. کس درد رسیدہ کی یہ فریاد دو بکا ہے. یہ تو میرے عباس کے رونے کی صدا. یہ تو میرے عباس کے رونے کی صدا ہے. رو کر کہا مولا نے بس اس کو ہے وسواس. کیوں کیوں میرا عباس نہیں آتا میرے پاس. یہ سن کے پھرے سر کو جھکائے ہوئے عباس اور باندھ کے ہاتھوں کو یہ کی عرض بسد یاس. وہ درد مجھ کو کہ فاقہ نہیں بابا ان سب کا ہے آقا میرا آقا نہیں با. ان سب کا ہے آقا میرا آقا نہیں بابا. فرمایا علی نے کہ نہ رو اے میرے دلدار. کیوں روتے ہو جیتا ہے ابھی حیدر کرار. بے وارثو والی تمہیں چھوڑوں گا نہ زنہار. لو دولت کونین تمہیں دیتا ہے غف. لو دولت کونین تمہیں دیتا ہے غفار. اللہ سلامت رکھے مولا کو تمہارے. روٹھو نہ بلاتا ہوں میں آقا کو تمہارے. روٹھو نہ بلاتا ہوں میں آقا کو تمہارے. پھر رو کے کہا راضیے تقدیر کو لاؤ. مظلوم کو لاؤ شہ دلگیر کو لاؤ. شم لحد صاحب تطہیر کو لاؤ. شبیر کو لاؤ میرے شبیر کو لاؤ. شبیر کو لاؤ میرے شبیر کو لاؤ. لاؤ سے آفت کا فلک جس پا گرے گا. سر جس کا اسی کوفے میں نیزے پا پھرے. سر جس کا اسی کوفے میں نیزے پا پھرے گا. صلوات اللہم صلی علی محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرج.
اس کو تھوڑا نزدیک کر سکتے ہیں. اس کو تھوڑا سا آگے کر دیں. صحیح ہے بالکل صحیح ہے. لا حول ولا قوة الا باللہ العلی العظیم.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين سيما مولانا بقية الله في الأرضين روحي وأرواح العالمين له الفداء بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي صدق الله العلي العظيم صلوا على محمد وآل محمد
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
In these days we were discussing about the hadith of Abdullah ibn Jundab, who is the student of Imam Sadiq Salamullah alayhi, and he asked from Imam a path of guidance, and Imam Sadiq Salamullah alayhi explained for him the entire path of guidance and path of salvation. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
One more louder.
حيدري.
इसको निकालो.
نعرہ سلوات. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Imam Sadiq Salamullah alayhi explained to Abdullah ibn Jundab complete path of salvation. And definitely we are not going to finish this hadith because this is a long hadith, but Alhamdulillah, brother Abu Ali Ja'fari has sent this hadith to all of you. I think he put it in the WhatsApp group you have. And there's two audio files as well, in English and in Farsi, or in Urdu maybe. In English and Urdu. Please listen it. It will take maybe 20 minutes, 25 minutes, not more than this. While you're going from here to home, let me know and I can forward your file, or I can give file to the one of the brothers in center and they can forward to you. Listen it carefully. Just listen not one time, two time. If you can listen more than 10 times, that's better. Because somehow these meanings and words of Imam Sadiq has to go in our mind, in the depth of our mind. We have to keep listening it. When you listen something for one time, you can understand all the points. But when you keep listening it, then you can go in deeper meaning. And that's the fact. I have read this hadith many, many times. And then I taught this hadith to a couple of my good friends and students. And we translate this hadith. So I know all the aspects of the hadith, the points. I mean, in my strength, basically. We're definitely not going to finish the whole thing because it needs much more time. But at least we can discuss some important parts, and then I'll leave for you, inshallah, for the next time if I will be here. Otherwise, you just listen it. Maybe yesterday or before yesterday, I said there's a hadith from Imam Baqir Salamullah alayhi where he says, كل ما لم يخرج من هذا البيت فهو باطل. Everything does not come out from this home of Ali ibn Abi Talib, home of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu salam, then there's no doubt that is void, batil. So basically what Imam is trying to compare, if not from the home of Ahlul Bayt, then what is the other source of knowledge? Simple thing. University, college, science, professors, right? Political parties, political leaders. Lots of people, they consider themselves, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, they consider themselves as scholar, and they put themselves in the parallel of Ahlul Bayt. Lots of philosophers in Mashriq and Maghrib, in East and West. If you go to like Iran, tons of philosophers. Sometimes people take These philosophers saying just parallel to sayings of Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam. Who said this said this said this said this, and then Imam said this. Let me give you an example. I have a book that is famous as Ta'bir Khab, the commentary on your dream. Commentary on dream. And there's a bunch of rawayat from Imam Jafar Sadiq Salam in this book. And in parallel, there are other scholars. Ibn Sirin is there, what he says about your dream. Some other, what he says about your dream, some other. Wallahi ladhim, while I'm fasting, I'm saying this. I kept this book only for the sayings of Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam. None of them matters for me. I never checked upon those. Because they're all human beings. Even the Ibn Sirin is a great scholar. And he loved Ahlul Bayt. And he bared a lot of troubles for the love of Ahlul Bayt. And he got this from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this power to explain the dreams. But he's not ma'soom. He's not like Amir al-Mu'mineen. He's not like Imam Jafar Sadiq. He's not like Imam al-Allah alayhi salatu wasalam. He achieved that level to explain the dreams. But he can't be like Imam Sadiq. So when something comes to Ahlul Bayt, we have to just put it separately. I can compare all the philosophers from East. Bu Ali Sina, Mullah Sadra, I don't know, Amitabha Tabai, this and that. I can go to India like Vivekananda, like Radhakrishnan, like Osho, lots of other philosophers. I can go to East like Nietzsche, like I don't know, lots of philosophers in the West. I don't want to bring all the names. Most of the time we make this mistake. We say all the philosophers are saying this. So maybe one of the points is from Ahlul Bayt too, right beside them. No, it's not, totally wrong. Wrong comparisons. If I know in this particular point Ahlul Bayt have a say, they have a point, this is incredible. This point from Ma'asum is incredible. When you have this point from Ahlul Bayt, there's no room for a wali, the lover of Ahlul Bayt, to discuss about other points. Yes, always know the opinions. That's a good thing. This improve your knowledge. What that philosopher says, what that philosopher says, what that university says, what the science says. I always talk. I had questions. I asked from the Dr. Jafari for my questions. I have another friend here who is a scientist. I ask my questions. I talk. I learn. But in the conclusion, when I'm going to make decisions, saying of Imam Ali is something else for me. That's the final words, final statement. Hadith of Imam Jafar Sadiq is the final statement. Hadith of Imam Zaman, final statement. Hadith of Imam Sajjad alayhi salam, final statement. Saifa Sajjadiya, final statement. We have to learn this from now. My brothers and sisters, we are very close to the end of the time, Akhir al-Zaman. I have been teaching this class since last 4 years, Saturday mornings. Science of the Alamat al-Zaman. I know most of the riwayat I studied and discussed in my classes. I mean, this is not in English, that's in Urdu language, Saturday mornings. But there's a tough ahadith from Ahlul Bayt, tough ahadith. There's a hadith from Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib where it says, if you go to a big storage of flour, like wheat flour, rice flour, rye flour, no. If you go to the big storage of flour and you start staining the flour, keep staining it. Before the time of Zuhur Sahib al-Zaman, only very small amount of flour going to remain at the end. Just like for a couple of bites of bread from a big storage of flour, very big storage of flour, they're going to stain us. Who? What? Fitan. Fitne. Fitan has 14, 15 meanings in Quran. I'm not going to talk about that. Fitna, the real meaning of fitna is when you want to purify gold, you don't wash it. You don't smash it. You don't break it. One thing. You have to put the gold into fire and let it burn. Let it burn completely. What is not gold will be separated from it. Very simple. And that gold will appear, the pure gold. Why this word has been used in Quran many, many times. And in ahadith from Masumin. before the time of Zuhur, in a very short words, take shelter to the Quran. As your friend, when you're in tough time, when you're troubled, you call your wife. Where are you? My car is broke down. If I ask you, if you're in trouble, who are you going to call? I can call this brother and call this brother and call this sister. I can call this sister. I can go to this brother. Somehow we have to understand that the only shelter I can say in a way, I can little bit have a feeling of that we are very close to that time. If you see all the movements are happening around the world, that time is very close, not so far. The political situation, the cultural situation, the social situation, Americas, Europe, Asia, lots of things, signs are happening now. So we have to prepare ourselves that we're all going to be set up in the fire. Awliya are going to be tested. And those who are going to survive, people of Quran, those who stayed strong, firm with Quranic sciences and Quranic knowledges, stay very firm with the wajibat. If you don't do too much mustahabbat, no worries. Just stay very strong with wajibat, like a stony wall. And that is only small part of job. But the major part of job is we have to protect ourselves from doing all the muharramat. Close all the doors, all the doors. Who is going to help me? Who's going to tell you? Salat. Who's going to tell you? Quran. Ahsan. Final is Quran. And then Rasulullah. And then Ahlul Bayt. We are not going to tell you. My job is to transfer the message of Prophet Muhammad and Ahlul Bayt to you. And my job is done. As Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam did. Quran says, "O my beloved Nabi, transfer my message. You can guide them. I will guide them and misguide them. I will look into their hearts. If they deserve to be guided, I will guide them. And if I see there's an impurity in their heart, I'm not going to guide them. So don't hurt yourself. I know you're so much eager to do that. You love to do that. You want to guide all the human beings. But that's not your job. Do your job and leave it on me. All the scholars. Iran is full of mujtahideen. Iraq is there's lots of mujtahideen. Lebanon is there's lots of mujtahideen. Maybe some other countries. Pakistan has like lots of mujtahideen. Alhamdulillah, there's a big good thing. Syria has a couple of mujtahideen. All the mujtahideen scholars, they're not talking on their behalf. They're talking on behalf of Ahlul Bayt. When people say, "Oh, mashallah, Sheikh, you did very good. You explained very good." I said, "No, there's nothing about me. It's all about Rawayat of Masumin." We all are thankful to Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam for guiding us. And this is the point basically. We are all thankful to Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam. We are all thankful to Amir al-Mu'mineen. We are all thankful to Imam Jafar Sadiq. We are all thankful to Imam Sajjad alayhi salatu salam. That they left as Sahifa Sajjadiyah for us. That they said something, now we have Nahjul Balagha. They have said something that we have Usul Kafi, we have Faqih, we have Istibsar, we have Tahzib, we have Tuhuf, Tuhuf al-Uqul, we have Da'im. Lots of books. And that is my shelter. Lots of people think shelter is going to be my bank account. No, it's not. That's not shelter. My health is not a shelter. My friends, they're not shelter. They might come help me and they might don't. We don't know. They might come and help me, but they might don't. But the shelter will always work for us. I remember one day, 7-8 years ago, I was in Dallas, Texas. I was passing by a gas station, and all of a sudden I saw a small piece of ice, hail, came from top and hit my car. Boom. I said, man, this is tough time. I just jumped into the gas station. And in a couple of seconds, lots of cars were standing behind me and seeking for a little space to fit in it. But I was there. And they were trying hard to find some place. and the hail was beating them. And after half an hour, I saw all the cars full of dents, lots of dents. If I missed a second, or maybe a couple of seconds, the other car was in my place. That was Allah's will. He gave me that chance to be there. Otherwise, no. Right in front of me, tons of cars. They were trying to just a little bit find some shade. When fitna comes, it comes like hail. And seek shelter. And seek shelter. If no scholar come here again to tell you, if I don't meet a scholar who's going to remind you, who knows I'm dead next year? Maybe I go to Virginia, I die in 6 months, I die in 2 months. There's no more Sheikh Ammar. Find some other Sheikh who can teach you about Riwayat and Quran. I can die in any second. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow night, maybe next month, maybe next year. Who knows? But keep the message. Keep the message. Just like when fitna comes, it will come like a hail on you. And you have to find a shelter. That shelter is only Quran. And that's not going to happen in one night, one day. We have to start from now. Start becoming a good friend of Quran. Every day, 50 ayat, 30 ayat, from this way, from that way. I always recommend and always say, my brothers and sisters, when you read Quran, have a book note. Have a notebook beside you. Make 2 lines, 2 columns. Do's of Quran and don'ts of Quran. When you finish the surah, there's a 10 do's of Quran, there's a 5 don'ts of Quran. Go to next surah. 10 do's of Quran, 10 don'ts of Quran. By the time you finish the Quran in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, doesn't matter. You have a complete list of do's of Quran and don'ts of Quran. And that is your going to be very first Tawdihul Masail. That is going to be the very first Tawdihul Masail. Quran says, do this, do this, do this. By the time you're nearing it, you're writing it, you're writing it, you're going to memorize it. By nature, it's going to happen. We have to have these 2 lists, do's of Quran and don'ts of Quran. When you're done, then enter in other books. Very common book everybody has in home, Nahj al-Balagha and Sayf al-Sajjadiyah. If you want to become awliya, then buy other books and keep reading it every day. Hadith, every day hadith, every day hadith, every day hadith. We go to buy gold, we just buy it because I like it. You go like some places in India, you want to buy the Indian dresses, Pakistani dresses. There's a lot of work on it, small thing. We just pay, we just buy. But you don't know how many work it took. The person who made this, maybe a couple of months he or she has been working on it, slowly, then this is the result, a beautiful thing. If we want to have the beautiful faith, if you want to have the beautiful shining faith, Iman, then we have to start working on it. It's not going to happen just, I did some dua. Sometimes people don't care about their family, children, kids, halal and haram. And when the family is down, they come to me, oh, Sheikh, oh, mashallah, your knowledge is good. Can you give me some dhikr, some dua? My son, my daughter, my brother, my sister, my wife, my husband has a problem. They think if I can give them some dua, that's going to work like magic on it. They eat this dua and the next morning they're going to wake up like Fatima Zahra and Abul Fazl Abbas. It's not going to happen, my brother and sisters. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. We have to plan. We have to plan. We are all going to be in qabr. I might be the first. And then inshallah you live 100 years. But eventually we are all going to lie down in qabr. And the day I go in qabr, my best ones, my closest ones, they will put the stone and sand on my qabr and they'll go, Baba, bye-bye. Baba, bye-bye. Finished. I have seen families here in America. Children says, I had never been on the grave of our parents. My parent died like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. Don't you visit your parents? No. You are good here. In this center, you have Qabristan right here. So if children are coming here, they might come and do some Surah Fatiha. But other states, other cities, if you go there, nothing. Dead. So for that night, I have to plan since now. I have to think now what is going to help me there. Only Quran in the before the time of Zuhur, prior to the Zuhur, it's a time of great fitna, big fitan. As I gave you the example of Imam Ali's hadith, just think about the big storage of flour. And this fitna is going to stain, it is stain, keeping stain and stain and stain. And only very small amount of flour is going to left behind. That we can cook only few bites of bread off it, few bites of bread from it. All the flour will go away. All the flour. Because Sahaba Zaman don't need, you know, there's a saying in Farsi, Siyahiya Lashkar. There's a saying in Farsi. If you're a commander and you go to conquer a country, you have a warriors at the very front line, the strong ones. And the second is strong line, and the third is strong line, the fourth is strong line, and then fifth is strong line. But you see like big black heads, all heads. We call them Siyahiya Lashkar. That's the the black of army. They're not the warriors. They're just here to show you off that we are a big army. They're not more than that. Imam Zaman don't need that Siyahiya Lashkar. Imam need people like Salman, Ammar, Abu Zar, Miqdad, Zurara, Muhammad ibn Muslim, Ma'ruf ibn Kharrabuz, Safwan, Hisham. Ahlul Bayt need people like that. So we have to start now, right now. It's late, already late. Basically, we all have to start when we are a child. We have to start right from there. But in the path of Islam, there's never late. There's a very beautiful saying from India. Jab aankh khole tab savera samjho. It's a very beautiful saying. Jab aankh khole tab savera samjho. When you open your eyes in the morning, that is your morning. Don't say that, oh my God, it is 9 o'clock, I'm so late. No, man, no, it's not like that. There's a big group of people, they are going to wake up much later than you. So you're ahead of them. You're much ahead from them. Move. You're not late. Be like Habib ibn Madahir, if you can, from childhood. If you're not, be like Hur. At the very last moment, he joined it. Amir al-Mu'mineen said about who? Zubair. He was very close to become minna ahl al-bayt. Imam Ali said that. He was very close to become minna ahl al-bayt like Salman, but he couldn't. He couldn't make it. When he died, Zubair, he left 30 million dirham or dinar I guess. In the value of 30 million dinar. How could you gather all this money if you're a follower of Ali ibn Abi Talib? Just convert it. 30 million coins win 4.5 grams of gold. Imam Ali said he was very close. Imam Ali cried on them in the battle of Jamal. He defended Rasulullah lots of time. He defended Amir al-Mu'mineen in the lots of battles. But in fitna, he was down. Zubair was very close to become minna ahl al-bayt, but he couldn't make it. Look at Ibn Muljim. And we can see lots of other people like Hur. It's very important. It's very important. Zurara ibn Ayyan is one of the great Sahabi of Imam Jafar Sadiq Salamullah alayhi. Zurara ibn Ayyan. They were all Sunnis. Zurara was 10 brothers, 5 and 5. Ayyan was his father. Ayyan was very extreme, biased Sunni against Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam. You know who made these 10 brothers Shia? Their one sister. Subhanallah. Their one sister. Zurara ibn Ayyan's sister one day came to masjid and she saw there's a lecture going on. If I'm correct, Abu Hamza Somali, Sahib al-Dua. He's sitting on a member and simply explaining the sayings of Ahlul Bayt. Imam Sadiq said this, Imam Sadiq said this, Imam Sadiq said this, and this is the Hadith of Imam Sadiq. He was explaining Imam Sadiq, and while she was praying in a corner, Salat, she was listening the lecture of Abu Hamza. After the Salat, she came to the ladies sitting in a corner because the Sheikh was giving theirs. There's a group of men sitting, and the ladies sitting in a corner. She came to the lady and said, "Who is this man? He's talking very nice." And this is Abu Hamza teaching theirs of Imam, sayings of Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam. Who is this? Can I talk to this Sheikh? The lady said, "Yes. After that, you can go and ask the Sheikh." When this got finished, she came to Abu Hamza Somali and said, "Sheikh, salamun alaykum. What was that book you were trying to teach? Who said all those beautiful words?" He said, "This is the words of Imam Jafar Sadiq." She was stunned. What? My father, A'yan, is an enemy of Imam Jafar Sadiq. How come Imam Sadiq is this beautiful? Said this is Imam Sadiq, salamun alayhi. And then she asked question, he answered, she asked question, he answered, and after, right in the meeting, she said, "Can I become a follower of Imam Jafar Sadiq?" He said, "Yes." Because of listening the message of Imam Sadiq, you love Imam Sadiq, that this is a Shia. All you have to do, just follow Imam Sadiq. He said, "How can I follow Imam Sadiq?" Very smart, listen to it. He could have told her, "Go and do some salat and some namaz and some munajat." No. He said, "Just go and pass the message of Imam Sadiq to others." Every Shia has to become a media. Ayatollah Khamenei, Rahbar, once he said, all Shia has to become a media. You all have to become a media. Everybody has to run a channel on Facebook, on WhatsApp, on Telegram, and put all the hadiths. Buy Usul al-Kafi in English, put all those hadiths. Let the world know sayings of Ahlul Bayt. This is your job. This is your job. When Janab Ibrahim was waiting for a person, Janab Ibrahim Nabi he never eat food without a guest. One day, there was a guest, but that guest was not Muslim, not mu'min. And there was some talk happened between Janab Ibrahim Nabi and that person. And at then Imam told him, Janab Ibrahim told him, "I do everything you want from me. You do one thing for me. Just do one sajda." He said, "Ibrahim, you know that I have no faith in your God." He said, "I know you don't. There's no need of saying that. I know that you have no faith. You have no faith. But for me, what you ask for me, I will do that for you. Do something for me without faith. Just do one sajda. When you fall on a sajda, right there, Imam Janab Ibrahim, he just hold his hand and said, "Oh Allah, until here, that was my job. After this point, he's in your court. Take care of it. Not my job. I just brought him here. Take care of him." When he wake up, when he stood up from sajda, he said, "Oh, Ibrahim, you made me do sajda, so I think now let me become a moment for you." Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Abu Hamza said to the sister of Zurar ibn Ayyan, "Go and pass the message of Imam Sadiq." She came home and she made all 10 brothers Shia. And who was Zurara? Imam Sadiq said one day to Zurara, "Zurara, when I see you, I feel happiness in my heart." How one can become like that? When Imam sees him, Imam says, "I love to see you. When I see you, I feel peace in my heart. I feel love in my heart. I feel tranquility in my heart when I see you." Son of a Sunni. By the way, his father, Ayyan, he died on his own faith. He never become Shia. But all 10 kids become Shia just because of one sister. She made them Shia. How she made them Shia? She passed the message of Ahlul Bayt to them. And Janab Zurar is among the Ashab Ijma' for us. When hadith goes to Ravi for fatwa, or fiqh rawayat, and fiqh, when a faqih made fatwa, ijtihad, we have to check all the chain, and falanin, and falanin, and falanin. If there is a one impure, then we put the hadith aside. So for fatwa, we have to find the best chain of hadith. When hadith reaches to Zurara, we say after him, after this, there's no need of research because he never narrate anything wrong from anyone. That's how we trust on Zurara. Because in fiqh, when a faqih says this is wajib, this is haram, that means I am trying to relate something to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this chain of hadith has to be very clean, very nice chain. But when hadith reaches to the Zurara, we said no. After Zurara, everything is correct. They're called ashab ijma. Come back to the first point where I started from. Before the time of Sahib al-Zaman, the time is going to be time of fitna, a great fitna, big fitna. We have in ahadith, the fitna will make child old, will turn a child in an old man. Problems, issues, sickness, disease, pandemics. Before Sahib al-Zaman, we have two kind of vast deaths. According to ahadith, 70 to 90% of the world will be dead. Mautul Ahmar wa Mautul Abiyad. Not one hadith, two hadiths, lots of hadiths. There's a lots of book on Malahim al-Fitan. These books are called Malahim al-Fitan, about the situations of Akhir Zaman. Lots of death are going to happen. Issues are going to happen. Problems are going to happen. We'll have Mautul Abiyad, the red death, out of war, bombing, these things. And the white death, Mautul Abiyad, pandemics, sickness, lots of fitna fasad, issues, especially diseases a lot. Lots of diseases. It's going to happen. If Ma'asumin says, it's going to happen. So we all have to seek shelter to Quran and sayings of Ahlul Bayt, not in wajibat only, in every single thing. Even though what you eat, you have to recite, you have to read something from Ahlul Bayt and make your decisions prior to eating anything. Ahlul Bayt have explained everything. They said if you want to wear dress, cotton is best for you. Imam Bakr says, cotton, Imam Bakr said, cotton for us. We Ahlul Bayt, we love cotton. But Jews love linen. They don't say do it, but now you got the idea. You want to eat, lamb is the best meat, Ahlul Bayt said. The other lamb, no. The other meat, no, don't eat it. Or less eat it. How to sleep? When you sleep, your right hand has to face the Qibla, or your both legs has to face Qibla. That's how you have to sleep. Everything, they have explained every single thing, but we don't know. In the regular life, your head has to be warm always, but your legs has to be cold always. It's okay. This is the value from Ahlul Bayt. When you go to hammam, bathroom, when you're coming out, wash your legs with the cold water. It's a guidance. Imam Ali said, me and my brother Rasulullah, we never eat a single bite of bread from wheat in our life. No wheat at all. There's a guidance. In every single field, in every single action, in every single deed. We don't know because we do not go behind the science. And these majalis, these programs are not, due to all respect, are not place of releasing adrenaline. These durs has to be very sincere, serious, and for the core knowledge of Ahlul Bayt. This is the point. And this is the target of our enemies. When our enemies, they decided to ruin Islam, listen carefully, my brothers and sisters. When our enemies, they decided to ruin Islam, they said we have to target Majalis al-Husayn, salamullah alayhi. So we have to change this. Lots of ulama seek for visas to America for Muharram Ramadan. They don't give them visas. Lots of dhakir come here, ignorant people. They give them visa like boom, 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 boom. Come and mess up religion. I'm so sorry, just said that. Target Imam Hussein, target Majalis, target Azadari. Azadari is the root of Islam. Azadari is the savior of Islam. Azza is the savior of Islam. Majalis is the backbone of Islam. Don't let involve cancer with your backbone. No, protect your backbone. This majalis, member, this mahafil, this majalis, these gatherings, and Muharram, Salat al-Jum'ah. In Islam, in Masjid School of Tashayyu, Salat al-Jum'ah is always for those who are very qaribul ijtihad or mujtahideen. If you go to Iran, you don't see like everybody's praying Salat al-Jum'ah. Salat al-Jum'ah. Every city you go in Iran, Lebanon, Iraq, Karbala, Hille, Najaf, Qom, Isfahan, Tehran, Shiraz, Yaz, Mashhad, everywhere you go. Syria, everywhere you go in Iran, Iraq, because there's a lot of scholars. Only mujtahideen lead almost mujtahideen or qaribul ijtihad, those who are very almost near to ijtihad, they lead Salatul Jum'ah. If you come to America, you see like people are fighting. Oh, not you, me. Come on, my brother, hold on. This is not a car race. So we have to purify ourselves. We have to purify ourselves where we are standing. Are we standing in the path of Ahlul Bayt? Or we are standing in a path we think we have made for ourselves? Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. The hadith we were studying, reading from Imam Sadiq Salamu alayhi, and the next part after the yesterday what we discussed, كانوا دعاة إلينا بأعمالهم ومجهود طاقتهم, and then Imam said, ليس كمن يضيع أسرارنا. Don't be like those, they ruin our secrets. Oh, is there a secret from Ahlul Bayt? What is the secret? Go ahead, an example. If your mother tells you something, right? If your brother tells you something, if your father tells you something, father said, I'll buy for you, don't tell mama. You come home, you say, first thing, Mama, Baba bought this for me. And wife is like, okay, you bought this finally. Don't reveal the secrets. Got the point? Secret means something you have to have in your heart. Imam says, there's a lot of other hadiths. Don't ruin our secrets. Don't disclose our secrets. Don't say bad words in public to our enemies. Tawalla and tabarra means totally different meaning. Quran says tabarra and taballa means if they're eating that, you're not eating that. If you're wearing that, you're not wearing that. If you're meeting with that people, you're not meeting with that people. If you're making fun with those things, you're not making fun with those things. They have different path of life and you have different path of life. This is the meaning of tabarra. The road of the normal people and the road of awliyaullah, the road of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu salam. Totally different. Tawalli means I stay close with Ahlul Bayt in the track, and tabarra means they eat everything, we don't. They wear everything, we don't. They do everything, we don't. They see everything, we don't. They touch everything, we don't. They show off in a different way, we don't. We live a different way. What's your way? Way of Imam Sajjad. I eat like him. I wear like this Imam. I talk like this Imam. I sleep like that Imam. I become friends and enemies with like Rasulullah. Your way is different way. Imam said here, لَيْسَ كَمَنْ يُضِيُّ أَسْرَارَنَا. Don't be like those who ruin our asrar. There's a hadith from Imam Rida alayhi salatu salam. He says, when you say bad words to our enemies, in return they say bad words to your leaders who are us, and we don't deserve for those bad words. When you say bad words among others, you're shitting all Shia people. Everyone's Shia, let's say. And you say Lanat Faran on this. It's okay. No problem. We do that. We do that. But when you're doing this, in general, we say Allahumma lan awwala wa thani wa thalith. We don't bring the names. But that's a public. But when I recite Zayat Ashura all alone by myself, I bring all the names. I bring all the names. I say Allahumma an falan, Allahumma an falan, Allahumma lan falan. So I'm sitting by myself. I can say what I want. Imam Rada says, don't say bad words to the leaders of other faith and sect, because if you tell them they are going to say bad words for your leaders, those are us. And we don't deserve for those words. So keep the secret in your heart. Keep the secrets. It's a big message there. Keep the secrets in your heart. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. The next part of this hadith I will discuss tomorrow, but because we are very close to special times, special hours, it's Laylatul Qadr. I just translate a few hadiths for you after this all talk. This couple of hadiths from Rasulullah. He says, "Man ahya Laylatul Qadr, حول عنه العذاب إلى السنة القابلة." If you keep this night alive, man ahya. Man ahya. Ahya means if you make this night alive in your spirit, feel the Laylatul Qadr. Be eager to do something, to get something. Sometimes we go to Najaf and we say, "Yeah, Imam Ali, I'm alhamdulillah very good, but give me this home, this me give this job. I want a better job. I want, this and that. I want this business," right? But if a mother has a child and doctor said this child is going to die in 4 months, there's no remedy for it. When this father and this mother goes to Najaf, they talk in a different way to Amir al-Mu'mineen. They say, "Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen." The tone is different. The words is different. Mostly they don't talk with the words. What is the meaning of talking then? They talk with tears. They talk with the tears. "Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, please." Then you don't talk too much. But in regular life, when we go to Imam Ali, we say, "Yeah, Imam Ali, alhamdulillah, I'm very good, but I need a better car, better home, better job, and this whole list I have for you, please." But when something is serious, very serious, no. You just cry, you just shake. We have to feel Laylatul Qadr like that. We have to feel like that. We have to do ihya. Ihya means sometime ulama in the old times in Najaf used to go to the wadi in the skirts of mountains, and they used to sit the whole night there, whole night, and they mesmerize the small najwa and munajat and small words, and they just meditate whole night. "Oh Allah, you are Rabb, and here is Abd. You're everything. Today we are going to lose Amir al-Mu'mineen, whose dua is famous, Munajat Amir al-Mu'mineen. Mawlaya ya Mawlay." That's amazing words. Antal Mawla wa anal Abd. We have to recite these du'as. Somehow we have to connect with the skies, with the angels, with the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with the Anbiya. We have to do these du'as. Mawlaya ya Mawlay, Antal Alima wa anal Jahil. Mawlaya ya Mawlay. We have to say this with the bottom of our heart. Mawlaya. Somehow we have to get connect. There's no choice. Somehow do something. Just like a mother or father, they have a child, and doctor said there's no way for living. This baby is going to die in a couple of weeks. Mother is not going to leave Amir al-Mu'mineen until the last moment when she says his baby is dead. There's a hope for the mother, for the father. They'll keep talking to them. They will not with the words, but they will talk with the tears. Ya Abul Fazil Abbas, Ya Sayyidu Shahada, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, Ya Rasulullah, do something for me. Do something for me. And they do. Ahlul Bayt never forget us. There's a millions of stories for that. Never miss that. Listen it, read it. Man ahya laylatul qadr hawwil anhu al-'adhab ila sanad al-qabila. There's another hadith from Rasulullah. Man qama laylatul qadr imanan wa ihtisaban. Those who makes laylatul qadr ihya, they alive this night in their hearts, in their actions, in their belief, while they have a strong faith, imanan wa ihtisaban, and they only seek refuge and rewards from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala while they have faith. While they have faith, they only seek refuge and reward only from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Man qama laylatul qadr imanan wa ihtisaban ghufira lahu ma taqaddama min dhanbi. The previous hadith said you'll be okay until the next Laylatul Qadr next year. This hadith says you'll be forgiven from all your past sin. What do you want more than this? And night of 23rd is the most important night. Today is important. Last night was important. But the night of 23rd is very important. And the next advice from Imam Jafar Sadiq Salamullah alayh, where he says, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. He says, Qalbu shahr Ramadan Laylatul Qadr. This hadith doesn't need a translation. Qalbu shahr Ramadan Laylatul Qadr. The heart of month of Ramadan is Laylatul Qadr. We shouldn't miss that point. This is very important. Another hadith from Imam Rada alayhi salatu wasalam, where he says, Kana Amir al Mu'mineen. When Kana comes first, means that used to happen always. Kana Yakul. That means he used to say that. Kana Yamal, and he used to act like that. Kana Amir al Mu'mineen la yanam salasa layali. In 3 nights, Amir al Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib never sleeps. In 3 nights. One of 2 nights, Layla Thalas. وعشرين من شهر رمضان, night of 23rd, the last Laylatul Qadr, Laylatul Fitr, Eid al-Fitr. He was Amir al-Mu'mineen. In Eid al-Fitr, we give gifts to ourselves. How? Puri, kebab, paratha, sevaiya, dress, right? We all the gifts for me, my family, my wife, and at Hani and Chavani for the family. He was Imam. The night of Fitr, he is busy with a lot of jobs, all the orphans. When Amir al-Mu'mineen got wounded, who came first for Amir al-Mu'mineen? People of the city? No. The very first people came to Amir. They were the orphans of the city. All the orphans came to Amir al-Mu'mineen with holding a bowl of milk. Because the doctor said Amir al-Mu'mineen might survive with drinking milk. Those who came to first Amir al-Mu'mineen. They were Aitam al-Madina. Aitam al-Madina. Where are the warriors? Where are the men and women? Where are those Imam was Imam for them? Where are those people? The very first people came to him. When they heard Amir al-Mu'mineen is gone, he got wounded. Now they see lots of people. Oh my God. Their sustenance, their food, their living, their support. There was only one person in the city. While others were sleeping in the beds with their wives and families. Imam Ali never slept in the night of Fitr. Tomorrow's Eid. How poor are going to have Eid? There's a lot of people, they have no shoes, no dress, no ornaments, no food. Imam Ali is going to provide them all those foods. This is Amir al-Mu'mineen. This is the character of Amir al-Mu'mineen. This is the character of Imam Sajjad. This is the character of Imam Rada Salamullah alayhi. That's how Aimma are. They care about us. Poor people. They showed up first with the bowl of milk because doctor said, milk might help Amir al-Mu'mineen. Oh, the news spread like fire in jungle. Everybody holding milk and coming to the door of Amir al-Mu'mineen. Offer my bowl of milk. He might survive. When Amir al-Mu'mineen was about to leave for Salat al-Subh, early morning, dawn time, he was leaving the home. The birds and ducks, they were trying to tangle their feathers in the foots of Amir al-Mu'mineen to stop Amir al-Mu'mineen. Don't go masjid today, Amir al-Mu'mineen. It's not a good day. I don't know, have you seen it or not? In the Turkey, a month ago, the earthquake happened. There's a videos showing birds were frightened in the sky prior to the zalzala, prior to the earthquake. They were just like crazy running around. They have feeling. All animals have feeling prior to the accidents. The ducks, they were sad. They were trying to stop Imam. Even though Ahlul Bayt, there's a heavy, they were all heavy hearted. Something's going to happen, something wrong tonight. Something's not going good. So what's going to happen? Ahlul Bayt said, but the daughters know that Zainab, Umm Kulsum, Imam Hassan, Imam Ali is not going to stop from masjid. I mean, he's going to go masjid. Some of them said, Baba, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, there's a message for you. This bird doesn't want you to go home to masjid. Stay home tonight. Imam Ali said, Da'uhunna fa innahunna sawa'ih. Leave those birds. They are going to cry. They are going to cry. وَتَتْبَعُهَا النَّوَائِحِ. And after them, there's a know-how of people. People are going to cry on me. Imam Ali knows that something is going to happen. They all had feelings about that. Live them. People don't care about us. No worries. Ali is enough for haqq. If people don't care about haqq, no worries. But the birds better know Amir al-Mu'minin than human being. They're trying to stop Amir al-Mu'minin. He said, no. Imam came to masjid. He did his own adhan. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. He came down. But before coming down, he said very beautiful words to the dawn. He said, oh dawn, subh, oh dawn. Have you ever seen you wake up or you woke up and Ali is in sleep? For us, dawn is dawn. For dawn, Ali is dawn. For dawn is Ali is dawn. Oh Subh, oh dawn, have you ever seen you blow up, you come up, and Ali is asleep? Never, never happened. This is the character of Amir al-Mu'mineen. And then he came down. He woke up Ibn Muljam. He came to the sajda. He came to the salat. Amir al-Mu'mineen in Battle of Uhud, there was a lots of wound on his body. When Rasulullah saw all those wounds, he said, La fata illa Ali, la sayf illa zulfiqar. Those wounds were the body wounds. It heals in a couple of months. But there are wounds sit on heart. That doesn't heal so early. Ali, his heart was wounded. How these people could kill his wife, Fatima Zahra, between the door and wall. And she was crying, Baba, I'll come and I will see you and I will say what happened to me, what these people did to me. And they took Amir al-Mu'mineen with the tied hand for bay'ah. Imam Ali's heart was wounded. After the Zarba, when Hassan and Hussein was holding Imam Ali, they were bringing him to home. He was lying on their hands. Imam said, don't take me like this home. Don't take me like this home. What will happen if Zainab see me? I'm lying down your home, on your hands, and blood on my face. Don't take me like that to the home. Ya Ali, you are so worried about Zainab. What would you do when you see Zainab in Karbala? But the tons of people, they're just hurting them, saying the bad words, torturing them, and she cannot do anything for her brother, for the family. There's a 72 and more people are lying on the ground, beheaded. سَيَعْلَمُ الَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا أَيَّ مُنْقَلِبٍ يُنْقَلِبُونَ إِنَّا لِلَّهِ وَإِنَّا إِلَيْهِ رَاجِعُونَ. Oh Allah, give us tawfiq to follow the path of Ahlul Bayt. Oh Allah, give us tawfiq to follow the seerah of Ahlul Bayt. Oh Allah, give us tawfiq to follow the knowledge of and wisdom of Ahlul Bayt. Oh Allah, give us tawfiq to serve our Imam and be among his best of followers. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد.
सर पीटो मोमिनों के ये ज़रबत की रात है, सर पीटो मोमिनों के ये ज़रबत की रात है, दामाद शाहिदी की शहादत की रात है, दामाद शाहिदी की शहादत की रात है। कहते हैं दिल से हैदर सफदर बसद अलम, कहते हैं दिल से हैदर सफदर बसद अलम, ये आखिरी खुदा की इबादत की रात है, ये आखिरी खुदा की इबादत की रात है। सजदे में हक के खास दावर हुआ शहीद, सजदे में हक के खास दावर हुआ शहीद, आफत बपा करो ये क़यामत की रात है, आफत बपा करो ये क़यामत की रात है। दारे फना से हैदर कर्रार उठ गए, दारे फना से हैदर कर्रार उठ गए, अहले हरम पर आज مصیبت کی رات ہے، اہل حرم پہ آج مصیبت کی رات ہے، کہتے تھے رو کے زینب و کلثوم سے علی، کہتے تھے رو کے زینب و کلثوم سے علی، آؤ گلے لگو کہ یہ فرقت کی رات ہے، آؤ گلے لگو کہ یہ فرقت کی رات ہے، رو رو کے دل سے کہتے ہیں سبتین مصطفیٰ، رو رو کے دل سے کہتے ہیں سبتین مصطفیٰ، کیوں کر کٹے گی ہائے مصیبت کی رات ہے، کیوں کر کٹے گی ہائے مصیبت کی رات، پرساد و مصطفیٰ کے نواسوں کو باپ کا، پرساد و مصطفیٰ کے نواسوں کو باپ کا، سر پیٹو روزے دارو یہ آفت کی رات ہے، سر پیٹو روزے دارو یہ آفت کی رات ہے، داماد شاہدی کی شہادت کی رات ہے، یا حسین
Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein. یہ جنازہ ہے علی کا، یہ جنازہ ہے علی کا، یہ جنازہ ہے علی کا، شاہ خیبر گیر کا، یہ جنازہ ہے علی کا، یہ جنازہ ہے علی کا، شاہ خیبر گیر کا، یہ جنازہ ہے علی کا، آج بابا مر گیا ہے شبر و شبیر کا، یہ جنازہ ہے علی کا، فاطمہ زہرا کے مرقد سے صدا آنے لگی، فاطمہ زہرا کے مرقد سے صدا آنے لگی، ہے صدا آنے لگی، یہ مصائب رہ گیا تھا کیا میری تقدیر کا، یہ جنازہ ہے علی کا، یہ جنازہ ہے علی کا، شاہ خیبر گیر کا، یہ جنازہ یا رسول اللہ، یہ جبریل نے رو کر کہا، یا رسول اللہ، یہ جبریل نے رو کر کہا، ہائے یہ رو کر کہا، ایک حلقہ اور ٹوٹا نور کی زنجیر کا، یہ جنازہ ہے علی کا، یہ جنازہ ہے علی کا، شاہ خیبر گیر کا، کیوں چلائی تیغ ہے دے پر بن ملجم بتا، کیوں چلائی تیغ ہے دے پر بن ملجم بتا، ابن ملجم یہ بتا، قتل قرآن کر دیا کاٹا گلا تفسیر کا، یہ جنازہ ہے علی کا، یہ جنازہ ہے علی کا، شاہ خیبر گیر کا، غم علی کی بیٹیوں کے پھر سے تازہ ہو گئے، غم علی کی بیٹیوں کے پھر سے تازہ ہو گئے، ہائے تازہ ہو گئے. غم ابھی بھولی کہاں تھی مادر دلگیر کا. یہ جنازہ ہے علی کا، یہ جنازہ ہے علی کا، شاہ خیبر گیر کا. یہ جنازہ نظم میں جانے علی کو کیا خیال آتا رہا. نظم میں جانے علی کو کیا خیال آتا رہا. اے خیال آتا رہا. منہ کبھی زینب کا دیکھا اور کبھی شبیر کا. یہ جنازہ ہے علی کا، یہ جنازہ ہے علی کا، شاہ خیبر گیر کا. بیٹیوں کو دیکھتے ہیں اور روتے ہیں علی. بیٹیوں کو دیکھتے ہیں اور روتے ہیں علی. ہائے روتے ہیں علی. ہائے وہ ظالم تصور شام کی تشہیر کا. یہ جنازہ ہے علی کا، یہ جنازہ ہے علی کا، شاہ خیبر گیر کا. یہ جنازہ چھوٹے سے عباس بھی روتے ہیں سر کو پیٹ کے. چھوٹے سے عباس بھی روتے ہیں سر کو پیٹ کے. ہائے سر کو پیٹ کے. بچپنا عباس کا اور زخم دل پر تیر کا. یہ جنازہ ہے علی کا، یہ جنازہ ہے علی کا، شاہ خیبر گیر کا. یہ جنازہ ہے یا حسین، یا حسین، یا حسین، یا حسین، یا حسین.
السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله، السلام عليك يا ابن رسول الله، السلام عليك يا ابن أمير المؤمنين وابن سيد الوصيين، السلام عليك يا ابن فاطمة الزهراء سيدة النساء العالمين، السلام عليكم سائر شهداء كربلاء، خصوصا سيدي ومولاي أبا الفضل العباس يا ابن أمير المؤمنين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك يا غريب الغرباء، السلام عليك يا معين الضعفاء والفقراء، السلام عليك يا سلطان يا أبا الحسن يا علي ابن موسى أيها الرضا. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك يا صاحب العصر والزمان، السلام عليك يا شريك القرآن، السلام عليك يا إمام الإنس والجان. عجل الله تعالى فرجك وسهل الله تعالى مخرجك وزهورك. السلام عليك وعلى آبائك الطيبين الطاهرين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. اللهم صل على
Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Not bad. Okay. We'll try somebody there.
I guess while we're waiting, just
Is it?
oh, it's 6.
Is it now? What time is the? What time is that now?
8:06.
8:06. It's now, right?
8:09 is
8. Adhan now.
8:09.
8 minutes. Oh, 2 minutes. Oh, we're gonna try this new one. It's good for the Imam if it works. Tonight we're gonna try it. Let's, I'm gonna see. We'll make adhan and then we'll put it. Yeah. Is it time?
Are you counting?
Is it time? 8:08? 8:09? 8:09? إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. أشهد أن عليا ولي الله. أشهد أن عليا أمير المؤمنين وأبناءه المعصومين حجج الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. حي على خير العمل. حي على خير العمل. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله. لا إله إلا الله. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وآله وسلم.
لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الله أكبر والله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. أشهد أن أمير المؤمنين عليا ولي الله. أشهد أن عليا حجة الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. حي على خير العمل. حي على خير العمل. قد قامت الصلاة. قد قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر والله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله. صلى الله عليه وسلم. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إنا أنزلناه في ليلة القدر وما أدراك ما ليلة القدر. ليلة القدر خير من 1000 شهر. تنزل الملائكة والروح فيها بإذن ربهم من كل أمر. سلام هي حتى مطلع الفجر. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. سبحان الله. سبحان الله. سبحان الله. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده. الله أكبر. بحول الله وقوته يقوم وأقعد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. كذلك الله ربنا الله. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد ربنا إننا سمعنا مناديا ينادي للإيمان أن آمنوا بربكم فآمنا ربنا فاغفر لنا ذنوبنا وكفر عنا سيئاتنا وتوفنا مع الأبرار اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله. الله أكبر والحمد لله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد بحول الله وقوته أقوم وأقعد. أستغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. يا لطيف ارحم عبدك الضعيف. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. الله أكبر والحمد لله كما هو أهله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجه.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم إني أسألك موجبات رحمتك وعزائم مغفرتك ونجاة من النار ومن كل بلية والفوز بالجنة والرضوان في دار السلام وجوار نبيك محمد عليه وآله السلام. اللهم ما بنا من نعمة فمنك لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.
اللهم صل على
محمد وآل محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم ادخل على أهل القبور السرور. اللهم اغن كل فقير. اللهم اشبع كل جائع. اللهم اكسو كل عريان. اللهم اقض دين كل مدين. اللهم فرج عن كل مكروه.